Hi, it's Double975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One, and today I've got a 1v1 that's a complete contrast in styles. On the one hand you have Psychotic Rob, who's a member of Cops, which is the cult of the PvP sweats, and on the other hand you have me, who is a complete and utter gimbal scrub, who's representing the Dark Marauders, a pirate faction. Rob came into the system where I was pirating in my pirate crate and said, you know, let's have it. So I went and grabbed this ship. I was looking for a bit of payback because the last time we fought, we drew, which was my Rambo versus Rob, and then the fight before that was me and this ship versus him, and my ship fell apart very quickly in that fight. It was a totally one-sided affair. I got obliterated, but I felt my modules gave out way too quickly and there was something wrong. Just before the fight with Rob, I chased a cutter out of the system, and I didn't think I'd done much damage to my modules, but I think I'd pre-cooked them enough that when I then had the fight with Rob, it fell apart a bit too quickly. I should have gone into the fight with Rob fully fixed. But, you know, I lost that fight fair and square, but I'm looking for a bit of payback from the good old Beam De Lance. Full gimbal scrub build. So 3 Gimballed Beam lasers, 2 Gimballed multi-cannons, full glorious PvP thumbless scrub work. What I'm trying to do does not take an inordinate amount of skill. What Rob's trying to use is the much more skillful weapons, which are, he's using 3 plasmac and 2 railguns. He's trying to, you know, fly in flight assist off a lot more than I am. In fact, apart from the pass and go, I don't use flight assist off, I think, at all in this fight. So this is purely flight assist on, full gimbals all the way. And I honestly am quite happy with being the lower tier gimbal scrub of PvP'er. I've never competed in a PvP tournament. At this stage I've thought about it. I've even looked at getting a team together, or I've even considered it. I've looked at the rules. Every time I think I'm going to like enter a team, the event tends to be on a weekend where I'm working the whole weekend and stuff like that. With my shifts, it's very awkward to organise time off and stuff like that for these tournaments. And I honestly, at this point, I can't be bothered. I've had some recent conversations with some of the PvP community, and it's just made me realise that it's just not for me. You know, if I'm pirating and a PvP'er comes to, you know, challenge or say they want to fight, I'll get a PvP ship out and I'll fight them. I'm happy to do that. If I have a reason to PvP, i.e. power play, fun roleplay stuff, you know, a war for the Dark Marauders, or as part of PPI and stuff like that, I'll engage in it. I enjoy fun organic wing fights. I enjoy fun organic PvP currently with imps, because I'm aligned to Archon De Lane and helping the feds. You know, I enjoy that aspect of PvP, but super sweaty, try hard tournament stuff, it's definitely not for me. When I found out you couldn't have drag frags, I was like, I'm out. That's pretty much my level. When I fight one of the really good PvP'ers, you know, I don't try to win, I'm just trying to survive. I'm trying to beat my best time, just trying to maybe get their shields down, set myself small goals, not think of actually winning the fight. Anyway, I think I'd leave this audio clip in. It just shows how seriously we take things when we're in party chat and someone's doing a 1v1.
I've just took a massive drink of water out of this glass, and I've just looked in and there's a dead fly.
You alright? That's the flavour.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I have no desire to get good or fly the Metal Lance or try and get good with plasmacs or railguns. I'm quite happy with my derpy weird builds, meme ships and frags. I really don't have that desire, that drive. I've got to a point where I'm happy with how I perform at PvP, and I'm going to stick to that. You know, I'll get better occasionally because I'll practice some and that's it. You know, I learn new tricks every day, but I don't take it seriously. Anyway, back to the audio chat.
Where's your fight going on?
Mosquito.
It is very unusual that Orc would actually ask about how my fight's going. This was a fun fight. I cooked myself royally in this section, really trying to get Rob's shields down. I've got to chew through 2 sets of cell banks, the 5 prismatic, probably 2 sets of banks, and you know, overall that's a lot of shields. Me, I've got a one and done Prismo, and as you can see I spend very little of the time in the fight putting any power into systems. This is purely a glass cannon build. I just try and output as much damage as possible and overwhelm them, because I have, like I say, I've got a lot to chew through. So it's all about keeping time on target and using those 3 pips in engines to really make myself a pain in the butt to hit and keep me on track to just put out damage. This ship really comes alive towards the end of fights when it goes into silent running. That's when I really crank up the amount of damage I'm doing to myself and my opponent. There's sort of a window of opportunity where I could win a fight against a really good player, but generally that window runs out and I melt myself to death. The last time I fought Nightfall Saul, I cooked myself to death. He didn't even realise how badly I'd killed myself because he was too blinded by the beams to really take notice of what was going on with me. You know, it's fun. I like flying city stuff. I like doing fun city stuff. I'm not, you know, interested in PvP tournaments. I gotta say, I had tried my best to get the Dark Marauders to get involved in some PvP tournaments. I've chatted to a lot of people about doing it. I, you know, was trying to, you know, while I was thinking about putting myself forward and trying to find someone else to, you know, wing with for the 3v3s, get a couple of people, a few Dark Marauders, have a bit of fun. But honestly, there were a few comments that came back and it was like, okay, I can understand why a lot of the guys don't want to get involved. There is a certain elitism to some of the PvP community that rubs people up the wrong way. I generally find most of the PvP community to be like just humble fun dudes who like shooting circles, but I can understand why some people within my circle of friends who aren't PvP'ers have a perception that the PvP community is, you know, a little bit elitist. You know, let's face it, their attitude towards power play PvP and organic PvP tends to be very different than ours. Their attitude towards certain aspects of the game tends to be really different from ours. So it's not surprising that as a pirate faction, it's difficult to drum up interest in PvP tournaments. Plus, we're all too busy pirating to spend time practicing how to fight in PvP tournaments. But anyway, that's all for this fight. 07 to Psychotic Rob. This was Vengeance. So we're now 1-1 and a draw recently. So that's actually pretty fair, pretty even. So I'll say that's all. Thank you very much for watching. GG to Psychotic Rob, and I'll catch you in the next video.